truths, half truths, and untruths. We consume all of them, not deliberately all the time though, right? However, if we want to be with the truths as much as we can, we have to be critical thinkers. This is the loudest message from Chandogya Upanishad in the story of Virochana and Indra. The story goes like this. Once, Prajapati, the creator, makes a big announcement that creates huge ripples in the worlds of gods and demons. The self is free from sins and sorrow, hunger and thirst, and old age and death. This self desires only truth, and this self should be sought and understood. The one who finds and understands this self gets all his desires fulfilled in all the worlds. After hearing the announcement, gods and demons become eager to find and understand this self and get all their desires fulfilled in all the worlds. Without wasting time, gods sent their king Indra and demons their king Virochana to Prajapati's abode. After spending years in Prajapati's residence, they get a chance to ask him about the self that is free from sins and sorrow, hunger and thirst, and old age and death. In response to their query, Prajapati says, the one that is seen by the eyes is that self. He then instructs Indra and Virochana to see their reflections in water. That is your immortal self. He tells them. Satisfied with the explanation, both of them depart. Virochana reaches his people and declares, the body is the self, worship it. However, Indra stops in the middle of his journey back home as doubts arise in his mind about the veracity of Prajapati's statement that the reflected image is the self. How can it be? He then comes back to the creator and asks, Sir, the reflected image becomes well adorned, well dressed, and well groomed when the body is well adorned, or well dressed, or well groomed. If the body becomes blind, or one eyed, or crippled, the image also becomes likewise. And when the body perishes, the image also perishes. Then how could this be the immortal self? Prajapati then tells him, the self seen in dreams is that self which is immortal and fearless. Indra is satisfied with this answer, but for a while. He returns to Prajapati with more doubts. Sir, it is true that the dream self does not suffer from defects of the body such as blindness or a running nose. But then even this dream self cries in pain when being chased and killed in dreams. How can it be the self that is free from sorrow then? Prajapati then tells him, the self in deep sleep is that self. He is calm and composed without being perturbed by dreams. He is immortal and fearless. This explanation too does not keep Indra satisfied for long. Before reaching his people, he turns back once again and comes to Prajapati. Sir, the person in deep sleep is not aware of himself. It is as though he is dead during that period. Then how can this be that immortal self? He asks. Then Prajapati comes up with yet another explanation. O Indra, the body is truly mortal. It is bound to die, but it holds within the deathless and bodiless self. Just like the animal that is tied to the cart, the body is attached to the self. While the body undergoes the experience of pleasure and pain incessantly, the self remains untouched by them. The mind is the divine eye to find and understand that self. Indra is totally convinced by this explanation. No more doubts. He leaves Prajapati with full and lasting satisfaction. In this story, Virochana represents those who believe whatever is seen by the eyes are the truths, and whatever is said by those whom they consider authority are true. According to social psychologist Stanley Milgram, known for his obedience experiments, societal and hierarchical structures make individuals to conform to authority figures. Virochana turns out to be such an individual. He took the first statement from Prajapati as the ultimate truth. because it came from Prajapati himself. On the other hand, Indra has the courage to doubt even Prajapati's words. He is a critical thinker, not accepting information at face value. People like him tend to dig deeper and scrutinize things with fact checking. They are open to considering new revelations as they come up. Many a time, we believe in things because it is easy to do so. According to cognitive psychologist Daniel Kahneman, the brain has two systems of thinking. System 1 is fast, automatic, and intuitive. System 2 is slow, effortful, and analytical. When something is presented in a way that feels easy or familiar, System 1 jumps in with a quick automatic response, and we are more likely to accept it without deeper analysis by System 2. This is why we tend to believe familiar ideas, repeated information, or simple explanations more rapidly than complex or unfamiliar ones. The body is so familiar, and it is easy to know at least on the surface compared to the complex mind. Hence, Virochana is quick to accept the statement that body is the self. However, Indra's brain works with the system too, which involves critical thinking. Critical thinking encourages an open minded, inquisitive approach to learning and evaluating the world. Metaphysically, Indra is on an inner journey, tearing off falsehood layer by layer as he encounters new revelations while moving through the deeper realms within. If you want to be an Indra, don't forget to fact check as much as possible before accepting anything as gospel truth. Thanks for watching.